There we go. How about now? Check, check, check. Checkpoint checky. Do, 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 do. I will sip some hot chocolate. Let me know if that's coming through. All good. Okay, yep. Haven't been home for about a week, so apparently some settings needed adjusting. Good. Appreciate the heads up there, Mr. Gray. So, yeah, to restart, good morning. Wake up Web3. Got JC this morning. If you didn't know, X was down for a while. Chat GPT is still down, which is why the title is goofy and the description is lame. And yeah, so I'm going to drink some hot chocolate because I froze my butt off this morning trying to put a little more venison in the freezer. So I'm tired. I'm cranky. My feet are still frozen, but that's okay. We're going to talk about the absolute bloodbath that is crypto. And let me close that down. And let me pull up some bubbles, my bubbles. That's the wrong page. Come back over here. Crypto bubbles. Pull that up. I'm having to do this live because I didn't get home from hunting until about 9:55. So we're pulling this up live. So let me see coin market cap because we'll look at that as well. Woof. It is ugly. Why is it ugly? We're going to talk about that here in just a minute. And windows and clickies. Now I want to show you something. Watch this. We're going to go with that. No, I was hunting myself. I went out where I live. It's the tail end of muzzle loader season. Rifle season starts this weekend. And so I went out to the family farm, sat one of our deer stands, hoping to get something. I did go out last Saturday, and I passed on a very small doe and a small buck. Hey, there's the bubbles. They finally came up. Morning ice. But yeah, so nothing this morning. If I had gotten something this morning, I would have not been available for the morning show because we would have been butchering our meat. We do that at the farm. So yeah. But my feet are still frozen through 2 layers of socks. All right, so what do we got here? Just gross is what we got here. This is the daily. What do we got? Anything? Hey, we're back up on the hourly. Interesting. But day, week, and month. Look at ICP, which is interesting given the status of the AI markets. We'll talk about that shortly. But just wanted to take a look on the daily. What's our big movers down? Edina, great. Zcash made a big move fairly recently. So you can see here over the week it went up quite a bit. Still back down to where it's still over where it was a week ago. So if you got in on that move, good for you. But yeah, let's. I'll do the others on the other chart here. Just looking for anything interesting here. Render is back down. This is still below 2. Yep, back below $2. FET up a little bit. ICP up today. So yeah. Solana's a little barely green, but down at 139. I want to point this out. Just within the last month, it was over 200, and within the last year, it was at 262. So, yikes! Anybody buying anything right now, or is everybody pretty much holding off? You can see ETH down 1.6. If I had some cash on the side, I might be doing a little DCA purchase right now, just throwing a few bucks, over, on the dailies. I don't know. But look at that crypto market cap Last month we were at 4.2 trillion. We have lost over $1 trillion in market cap. Yeah, Mr. Gray, holding off. I've seen watching a couple of chart guys, particularly Crypto Jeb, who pretty much called this pullback just like DJ did a while ago. Um, Ice mini vacation for my wife's cousin's wedding. Nice. Oh, a little girl was sick most of that. I hate that when your kid gets sick on a trip and it's just they're miserable and you're trying to keep them in good spirits, and that sucks, man. But yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Gray. There's so Crypto Jeb, one of the TA guys who I think does an amazing job, has he's like any good intellectually honest person says, look, it could go up, it could go down. Here are the levels that if it holds this level, we should see a recovery. If it breaks this level, we might drop down too. And he has said that if we drop below this current level we're at, which is right at 90, then he would be worried of a possibility of Bitcoin dropping all the way down to 74, 75, which is possible. I mean, did we, I mean, it's November. 4 years ago was the peak of the cycle. If we're still in a 4-year cycle, this is the peak. Whatever the price is, it's a 4-year cycle. Or it's not. I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think. Are we 4-year cycle? It's over. Like maybe we'll see a dead cat bounce and maybe we'll see a double top, but it's over pretty much. Or I am still personally of the opinion that we have a lot of stuff coming. Let me pull up a tweet that KV shared in our Alpha Origins chat last night. Let me pull that up over here. The U.S. is preparing $2,000 stimulus checks. That's a maybe. Yeah, Trump says he wants to do that, but he doesn't get to send that money out. That comes from Congress. Japan is preparing a stimulus package. China has approved a stimulus package. The Fed is ending quantitative tightening. We'll see what Powell does with the rates. He hinted that because of the shutdown, they would not know what they're going to do with rates, which because the data might be inaccurate, which pisses me off. Because if you pay attention, they adjust whatever numbers they come out with, the month over month CPI data or unemployment data or whatever, any of the data that they release it every month. And then 3 to 6 months later, they revise those numbers. So, when they come out with the data for the month of November, come February, March, they will revise those numbers because they weren't accurate. But all of a sudden, they're worried about inaccurate numbers affecting whether or not they're going to raise or lower rates. It's a game. They're making crap up, doing whatever they want. But the U.S. issuing almost $2 trillion in treasuries. Canada is restarting their QE. Global money supply is reached a record $137 trillion just now. And global rate cuts, there have been over 320 in the last 24 months. All the different central banks, of which the Fed is one, have been cutting rates. Money is coming. Raoul Powell just the last week or maybe 2 weeks ago mentioned that when he was re-examining some of his metrics, he noticed that in previous cycles, the U.S. debt is rolled over every 4 years. Like they refinance it on a 4-year cycle. Well, this last time they refinanced it for a 5-year cycle. So interest rates, you expect interest rates to come down as the government is looking to refinance their loans because they control the interest rates, and therefore they want to renew their debt at a lowest rate as possible. Yeah, it's just a game, people. They just play the game, and then anyway. So these reasons right here, kind of why I'm leaning towards either the 4-year cycle is broken or the 4-year cycle is extended. Um, I don't know. You guys have got thoughts on that? If you're watching this on a replay, like we're chatting live here, but if you're watching this on replay, let me know in the comments what you think. Um, yeah. So Bitcoin currently sitting, you can see there at 92.6. What did we get down to? Oh, that's the weekly. Let's go to the daily. Dipped, got a wick all the way down to 89.3. So we did dip below $90,000. Yeah, Mr. Gray, I believe in crypto long term. I just hope I've invested in the right cryptos. Yeah. We talk about this a lot. I really do think if you're in the top 25 projects, you're safe. Are you possibly giving up bigger exponential returns? Sure. But if you're in it for the long term, I think you'll be okay. ICE, you think modified cycle due to the ETFs and big money getting in. I think that is that's the way I'm leaning. Is we have a modified cycle. It's not an exact 4-year cycle right now. We'll talk about some ETF stuff here in a minute. So yeah, Bitcoin down below 2 trillion market cap now. Did dip below 90. We'll see if that holds. But you can see it did wick down and then popped right back up, and is back to 92. And as we talk about often, governments, state and national governments, and large financial corporations are buying up Bitcoin like crazy, and yet the price is still going down. Why is that? Yeah, I agree with that as well, Ice. We won't have the uber ups and downs on Bitcoin like 70%. I think 50% from wherever we top is possible. I'm still debating on when I'm going to start, assuming I'm going to make some assumptions here, assuming we're not at the top and we do go up from here and we do have a full bull run and we take profits on some stuff. When am I going to start DCAing back in? I had said before it's going to be at the 50% mark. So let's say, for example, I'm just going to make up a number. Bitcoin goes to 300,000. Great, awesome. We all take profits on our tokens. We take some profits on our tokens. When do I start buying back in? If Bitcoin made it to 300, then maybe I start buying DCAing back in at 150. I don't know. That's just kind of my gut on it, but we'll see. Fear and greed index. We are definitely in extreme fear. We got as low as, what's the low point here? Got as low as, I can't, come on. 17, and we're down at 15 now. So this is the lowest we've been in a while. Woof. That's fine. If we're at this extreme fear, it's not you do you. We don't give you financial advice. You do whatever you think you need to do. I'm looking for ways to find a little bit of cash to buy in here. Maybe not Bitcoin, we'll see, but you can see everything's down on the daily and definitely down on the weekly. But I'm gonna bring in some perspective here. This is Sir Crypto Tips from crypto tips. Toby Cunningham, you can see. Cloudflare is still down, but X is obviously back up. I am, yeah, don't know what the bottom is. If I said I did, be lying. If you think the Federal Reserve is just going to stop printing their currency into oblivion, you can just ignore this post. So Bitcoin corrects to 90K, which it has. That's a 28.5% correction from the all-time high. That's not even the smallest major correction from the last bull run, or from the 2017-18 bull market. The smallest one in that run-up was 29%. The rest of the corrections in the 2017 and 18 bull run were 30% or more. Important perspective. Let me go here. There is news that the Senate is possibly going to be voting on the Clarity Act either as early as this week or next week. I don't know how much business they're going to do next week, being Thanksgiving, but like you said, the House, like this. This is from. Let me come over. This is from Kenny Wynn. And he's just pointing out that the House of Representatives passed the Clarity Act in July. Yeah. How many months ago was that? And what's the Senate been doing? Nothing, because they're worthless. But the Clarity Act could be passed. And I think we'd be I think we would be foolish to discount the shutdown of the government as delaying anything in the crypto markets. That's interesting. So yeah, you're watching me scroll through the news right here, just looking. Amplify's ETF for XRP launches today. That was yesterday. Which one is supposed to launch today? I'm not sure if it did. Franklin Templeton, was that supposed to launch today? Let me go look. Franklin Templeton XRP ETF. Did it launch today? 12 minutes ago. Yep, launches today. So let's talk about the one that launched last. Was it Wednesday? They did 58 billion? I can't remember. They did a huge day of volume. So we'll see what Franklin Templeton's volume is today. What's their ticker? EZRP. So let's see. EZRP. Let's see what we got. Trading View, that's from 2 days ago. I want their actual. Let's see. What you got? Yeah, so that was Canaries that launched last week. Bitwise is going to launch on Thursday. Yeah, no thank you. There you go. First day, Canary had 58 million in volume, which it's the biggest ETF debut of this year. So good for them. Let's see. So we've got Franklin Templeton going today. That's a $1.8 trillion assets under management company. And the reason these are important is because whatever volume they trade on their ETF, they have to purchase the XRP to go into that ETF. Now, it's very likely that they're purchasing it OTC, over the counter, and not from the exchanges, but that's okay. Tom Lee is still, this is Tom Lee right here, still mega bullish on all things crypto. I hate this guy. This is fake. This guy is a freaking liar. This is old footage and has nothing to do. Like, this is back during what, January, where Trump created the crypto council. That's all this is. He reposts that every freaking day. Don't follow that person. So yeah, we're seeing. I want to go ahead and move on to this because this is the important stuff. I want to point this out. So Nvidia has their third quarter. Wow, totally blanked. Their third quarter earnings come announced tomorrow, Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday, this is news from, the 16th. That's Sunday. So Peter Thiel, huge tech investor guy, sold his entire stake in Nvidia and 76% of his Tesla shares. Michael Burry, I don't know who that is, entire portfolio is now short on Nvidia and Palantir. These are AI plays. And SoftBank, which is a Japanese investment firm, sold its entire stake in Nvidia. They are expecting, based on that, for the earnings reports to be bad and for Nvidia stock to go down. Nvidia is the chip maker for all things graphics card and computer related. So yeah, that's one of the things dragging down everybody, is expecting Nvidia's earnings to be garbage. And I just I find it interesting that ICP is moving up. Now what, where are you? They didn't already fall out, did they? I'm looking for the Chinese AI play. I can't remember what it was. Guys, I've been on vacation for a week. I didn't keep an eye on most of this because I was too busy laying on the beach drinking mango mojitos and mango coladas. Yum. All right, so that's not going to help me. But yeah, Nvidia, if it has a really bad day tomorrow, the entire stock market's going to have a bad day tomorrow. If the entire stock market has a bad day tomorrow, crypto's going to have a bad day tomorrow. Tau? I don't think so. I don't think Tau is the. That's not the one. I don't think that's the one I was thinking of. No, yeah. See, look at this. This is weird. We got internet issues, and that's not me because obviously we're streaming live. So, yeah, crypto bubbles. We must have some kind of. I wonder if we have some kind of cyber attack going on right now. All right. Let me hit this real quick. Franklin Templeton spot ETF for November 24th. Who launched today? What the heck? Now I'm confused. I love to see this. This is what I wanted to bring up. ETF filings with the SEC. Bitwise, Canary, 21 shares, Wisdom Tree, Pro Shares, Grayscale, Coin Shares, Volatility Shares, Franklin Templeton, Hashdex. I am not going to try to pronounce that. Rex Shares is already gone. And these are all, I don't care about the futures. It's the spot ETFs where they have to actually buy. Yeah. Tau is an AI play, but it's not the Binance Chinese AI token, is it? So I'm waiting on you guys to catch up on that. There's about a 20-second delay from when I'm talking to when it appears on the thing here. And that's a YouTube live thing. I can't do anything about that. But so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Yeah, thank you, Mr. Thank you, Ice. There's 9 spot ETFs, and they all have to hold XRP, like the actual asset. They have to hold it, not buy, sell, trade. They have to buy it and hold it to cover their shares, because these are shares of a fund that holds XRP. So I see a lot of XRP becoming locked up in these ETFs. And that is a good thing for my XRP bags. There are 4 this week. You can see here. Amplify launched yesterday. Grayscale, FTI, and 21 shares have to buy. They have to buy it. So I'm looking for a nice dip to snag some more XRP. Yeah, and this is a good point for Ripples and Whales here. These are just the ETFs going live in the U.S. We know South Korea buys up XRP like mad. We know that Canada already has ETFs. I just I don't know. I don't see Aster. Yes. Was that what it was? Was it a DeFi and not an AI play? Maybe that's what it was. Was Aster the Binance token? So I'd look it up, but I just don't care that much. I don't know. I think, like we talked about earlier, I think there's too many good things coming. Hey, Muna. I think there's just too many good things coming down the line with money supply, quantitative easing, rate cuts, nations and big financial institutions buying. Like we talked about right now, they are gobbling up Bitcoin at these levels. Saylor bought another $280 million worth of Bitcoin down here in the 90s. And I mean, his company's average is still, I think, in the 70s. So I mean, there's still, I know people are like, yeah, but the value of his Bitcoin went down. Yeah, but his average cost, he's still in the green. It's not, yes. I mean, everybody's, if you bought and you held through the all-time high, everyone's portfolio is down from what it was at all-time high, but that's not the metric that is used. He's not down until his average cost is higher than the current price. So I just the arguments people make saying that, Saylor and Strategy are going to have to sell their stuff. They don't have to sell their stuff. They're still up, even though they're buying in the 90s and the hundreds. They bought so much at the lower levels that they can afford to accumulate, and still they're raising their average price, but it's nowhere near what the current price is. They're still up $20,000 plus per token. So you can Google how many tokens they have and do the math. It's just not. It's not that big a deal. There we go. Franklin Templeton had launched. Yep. I don't see. I don't see this being the bear market. Has it been a lot of chop? Has it been a lot of up and down? Has it been a lot of annoying? Yes. Yeah, Mr. Gray, big changes are coming, but the market isn't made aware until the powers that be are in position. That's right. And I think that's all it is. That's why prices are where they are, even though the big boys are buying. It's they're positioning for the move, and they're not going to let it move until everybody's positioned where they want to be. And I don't. I mean, worst case scenario, we have to round trip our bags. And if you believe in the crypto space, I'm not talking about any one particular token. If you believe in the crypto space and you have not put in any money that you can't afford to leave in through the dips, you'll be okay. Just leave it. And like I said, the worst case is you have to round trip it till the next cycle. But if you're in it, if you're going to leave your money in there for 10 years, who cares? I don't know. That's really all I got for you today. Yes, I agree. No, I'm not round tripping again, but I could. I mean, if 126 Bitcoin was the top and we're on our way down and we're headed, the 4-year cycle is going again. Sorry, I'm round tripping again. I'm not selling here. I could and still be in profit, but I'm not selling here. I'll just add more as dry powder comes in and continue to DCA for the next 2 years. Yeah, I'm definitely not selling at a loss, but I'm just not selling. I'll just round trip it. I don't want to, but I'll just round trip it. I don't know. We'll see. It's if tax harvesting is a totally different animal. I would really love to see, no capital gains taxes on U.S. based crypto. That would be great. But stay tuned. There's stuff could break either way. I'm fortunate enough that if all my bags of crypto went to zero, that would suck. But that's not where the majority of my family's net worth is. Hopefully someday it will be, because my bags will be pumped up by, the state of the market. But for now, it's a wait and see. And we don't give financial advice, but I will give you this advice. This is the best advice I've ever heard on crypto, and that is, don't put any more money into crypto than you can afford to completely lose. But don't let these dips get you down. I do believe that this is deliberate manipulation to flush us little people out. And I think it's obvious that crypto and blockchain is the future, and not just in the, oh, hey, that makes sense, but in the, oh, hey, governments and huge financial institutions and everyone that's got a crap ton of money and runs the world, they're getting into this stuff and they're buying it up. So I'll do what the big boys are doing and just wait. It's coming and we'll be okay. All right, with that, I'm going to go take a nap, because I was up at 4 this morning and froze my feet off. And yeah, I'm pretty tired. So have a great Tuesday. Keep an eye on stuff if you want. If not, just set it and forget it. Go do something else that you enjoy. Crypto will be here for the rest of your life. So go have some fun. Go do something else. And I will see you tomorrow. Chompy chomp.